Hello everyone, this is Sammy. We are going to make some Christmassy cupcake candles. We have to prepare pure soy wax, beeswax, container soy wax, fragrance oil, candle dye, and I'm using the solid candle dye this time, but you may also use the liquid one as well. Thermometer, Muffin Pan, baking cups, melting pot, glass wad, a digital scale, some Christmas themed silicone molds, wicks, paper cups, piping bags and tips, additionally, we'll be using an electronic whisk, a heat gun, and a stove. For the self-waxing cupcake candles, baking soda and water are essential. We'll be using pure soy wax and beeswax to make the cupcake candles and the decorations. I'm using a ratio of 8 parts of pure soy wax to 2 parts of beeswax. You may also adjust the ratio according to your preference. Next, we need to melt the wax. As I'm using the solid candle dye, I will prepare the colors that I want to use while the wax is melting. If you're using the liquid one, you can skip this step. To prepare the solid dye, I will cut it with a cutter and mix them with the wax later on. Before pouring the wax into the mold, I heat the mold with a heat gun to minimize the temperature difference between the mold and the wax. Once that's done, we can proceed to pour the colored wax into the mold and allow it to set. Now, let's move on to making the cupcake candles. I'll be using the same wax ratio as for the decorations. The amount of wax needed will depend on the size of the baking cups since they are vary. Since the cupcake candles will rise later on, you may need to test multiple times for different sizes of baking cups. For your reference, I'm using 40 grams of wax for each cupcake this time. After pouring the wax into the paper cups, we can add the dye. Keep in mind that the candles will rise, so the color of its final product will be lighter than what you'll see at this stage. Stir the wax and keep on checking its temperature. When it is 70 to 75 degrees Celsius, add approximately 3% baking soda. Keep stirring until the baking soda is completely dissolved. Once the wax drops to 65 to 70 degrees Celsius, add approximately 6% water. Stir as quickly as you can, ensuring the mixture is well combined, and then pour it into the baking cups when you see some bubbles and the color of the wax becomes lighter. Placing the baking cups in the muffin pan helps prevent the shape from changing as the candle begins to rise. After adding water to the wax and stirring for 15 to 25 seconds, there should be some bubbles, indicating that it's time to pour the mixture into baking cups. Due to the chemical reaction between water and baking soda, the cupcake candles will rise on their own, just like real cupcakes. In the video, you can see them rising under 10 times speed. The ratio, temperature, speed, and duration of stirring will affect how the candles rise, so each one will be unique. To be honest, these candles are not perfect to me as I have to film while stirring. Normally, they rise much higher. After the cupcake candles have cooled down and set, I will pipe some whipped wax onto them. You may watch tutorial on my channel for making whipped wax. Then we can add some decorations to the candles. Since I won't be burning them, I use some acrylic paint to make them more colorful. If you have safety concern, you can use liquid candle dye to color them as well. For the second candle, I want to make a Christmas tree, so I dyed the whipped wax green. Simply adding dye to the whipped wax and mixing it well is sufficient. Then I place some decoration on the whipped wax before it's set. Additionally, I personally like to curve the top of the wick to make it more artistic. Finally, I insert the wicks, and the Christmassy cupcake candles were complete. The self-rising cupcake candles can be burned, but their burning time is fast and unstable compared to the regular candles. The baking cups must be removed before burning. In my opinion, they are better suited for decoration rather than burning. That concludes this video. Please feel free to comment below if you have any questions. Don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. See you next time. Bye bye.